Hi, I'm Jackie Lovejoy. I'm president of the Dearborn Chamber of Commerce, and welcome to, I think it's my third or fourth show of the Chamber Cafe. Find out what's going on in your community. And we're doing a variety of topics. We're going to go out on the street in the next few episodes, but for today, we have a Dearborn Heights business owner here who is absolutely wonderful, a great friend of mine, a wonderful chamber member, and she's a pretty good golfer too, if anyone's looking for a fourth out there in your foursomes. We have Renata Crooms of AAA. So Renata's with us today. We're going to talk about all sorts of residential things that the homeowner, things that the average human being can use in the land of insurance. So Renata, thanks for being with me here again today.
You're welcome.
No, my pleasure. So how long have you been an insurance agent? Let's talk about that.
I have been an insurance agent for 22 years.
22 years.
22 years.
Now, so you started when you were like 15, right?
Yes.
Yes, we both did.
Yes.
That's great. And you know, a wonderful thing that a lot of people, I'm sure in our area are aware of, but AAA is a wonderful corporate anchor of our community. They just celebrated their 100th anniversary last year.
Yes, they did.
So what a testament, because I know the country clubs, I think at 93 years, just everything with Ford's name on it around our area. It's so historic. So we're delighted to have you here. Let's talk a little bit. You cover all sorts of insurance for the average human being as opposed to a business owner.
Correct.
So let's talk about the different kinds of insurance that I buy my first home, I have cars. What are the sorts of things that you guys cover?
Okay, so you buy your first home, you're going to need homeowners insurance. You buy your first car, you're going to need automobile insurance. The anchor to both of those is our AAA membership, which that's what we're known for almost 100 years. The membership is an extension of our emergency road service. Now it's also travel. We're the biggest travel agency in the state of Michigan. Those three things together, when you walk in my office, are basically the three anchors of our company. And of course, if you're a boat owner, I'll sell you a boat policy. If you want an umbrella policy, I can sell you an umbrella policy. And basically, those are the probably highlights that we touch on.
Okay, that's great. So jewelry would be covered under my homeowners. Anything like that, we would have extra riders on our insurance policies.
Right. I would do a small interview with you just to find out if you have scheduled personal property is the actual mention. So if you have if Joe's bought you a $5,000 dinner ring and you and you want to insure it or
Joe,
need to insure it, we would need to get a jewelry appraisal from an ophthalmologist. I can't even say the word, but
a gemologist.
Gemologist. That's what
go.
I'm trying to say.
Because we both need eye appointments too.
Yes. So that is scheduled personal property items. Just your regular everyday stuff is obviously that's what you work hard for. That's what you want covered. So in addition to homeowners, we also sell renters insurance and condo insurance, which is a variation of homeowners, but it's just a different type of home, a different type of homeowner. So
now the last time I know Dearborn Heights has had this show in the past with Marge Horvath of the chamber. So let's talk about this. This is I think your 10-year anniversary on Dearborn Heights cable TV.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit. How much has insurance changed in the last 10 years?
Oh well, we even since Marge and I, Michigan has been a no-fault state since 1973. Still a no-fault state now. Generates a lot of controversy because of it, because no-fault insurance, unfortunately, the prices of such go up. And our state has probably the highest insurance in the nation because of how Michigan's no-fault is.
Are we the only no-fault insurance state in the nation?
No, there are 11 other ones.
Okay.
But no-fault is slowly becoming a dinosaur. More and more states are finding ways to not utilize it or to cap off their medical provisions and whatnot. We still have not found a way to do that. It's a challenge. Both sides of the aisle probably legislative need to come together. I am not a legislator by any right or whatever, but my job is to try and guide you through a minefield of what's known as Michigan no fault. Why you need it, what is it, what happens if, who comes, that situation.
So you do a lot of best case scenarios and worst case scenarios for your customers. That's probably, and you're a great objective eye when it comes to insurance. If somebody has insurance questions and they're with somebody else, you're happy just to be that objective yes, this is a great deal, or maybe you want to ask your current person X, Y, or Z.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Insurance is it's a piece of paper. It's a promise. It's a promise that your company is going to do X, Y, and Z. Well, everybody's company is going to do X, Y, and Z, but will they do it for this amount of money? Will they do it for that amount of coverage? Will they do it for this deductible? Will they do it under these circumstances?
Or if you've been a bad driving citizen, how much will it cost you?
Exactly, exactly. So all these are things that basically come up in conversation, and that's what I go through on a daily basis.
Now, our population is aging. Let's talk a little bit about, when we talk about senior driving, we're not talking about seniors in high school. Let's talk about senior driving. Although I still kind of like, oh no, that's not me.
That's
right.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Let's talk about what our aging population has to look forward to. So at the Chamber, we had Cheryl Connolly last year, who's a futurist for Ford Motor Company.
Okay, I recall that.
Yes, it was a great presentation. I think the most revealing thing I learned was everybody has that moment where you have to have this discussion, and don't tell my mom, we're getting close to that point now.
I've already had it with mine.
Should you be driving?
Yes.
And that's a hard thing, and the autonomous cars are really going to extend all of our mobility.
Absolutely.
If they fall into my price range,
yeah.
I'll buy mine used.
You're right. Exactly.
But let's talk about senior driving tips.
Senior driving literally starts, I want to say, when you formally retire at 65. Because I have clients on the road that are still 90 years old, and they're doing fairly well. But what you need to do yourself first is you need to arm your own policy for your senior citizen. In other words, your mileage is not going to be as long anymore. So don't pay for that mileage. Have your agent go through and actually say, hey, you don't drive from point A to point B anymore.
You don't drive 50 miles
you don't drive
every day.
Exactly. So that's an adjustment. Now Medicare becomes primary as opposed to like if you had Blue Cross Blue Shield when you were working. That's an adjustment. Sometimes it's not a lower adjustment, but if you take out higher deductibles, it can kind of even out the playing field. And then just actually being rated as retired also will decrease your premium.
Oh, that saves you some money then,
too. That saves some money. There are classes that are being offered, senior driving classes, that will basically give the senior their own knowledge as to whether or not their reflexes are as good as they used to be or as good as they should be. Also your eyesight, D for drive, R for reverse. Do you know how many accidents just because people either get them confused,
step on the wrong pedal,
or they step on the wrong pedal
yeah.
and they panic. These are all just signs of aging, but they're going to happen to all of us. So the best
beats the alternative.
Yes. Yes. So the best thing you can do is just get in front of this situation so that you know basically whether or not you will be the person that is giving the keys, or if your kids are going to be the people that are taking the keys away from you.
I mean, ideally, I would always, and I don't have children, so everyone's going to have to watch out for me.
I say
we'll watch out for each other. But it's one of those things, I'd like to be in control of that.
Exactly.
So, and to that point, a good hearing test.
Exactly.
Make sure you can hear everything that's coming and going around you.
Absolutely.
Your vision on par.
All steps in driving, people don't realize. I mean, you think it's just going in, turning over and then putting it. It's a whole lot of steps that basically make you a good objective driver.
And really, from our age forward, or really in the past forward, driving is a reflex at this point. It's much like riding a bike. We do it habitually.
Yeah.
We look over our shoulder. I mean, I have friends who have the camera, and I'll drive their car, and they'll say, you have this camera right here. I was taught to look over my shoulder. I check my mirrors. I love the sound, beep, beep, beep. I'm getting close to something, but you can't,
You can't, yes.
I mean, for safety's sake, you have to.
For safety's sake, I still look left, look right, and look left again. I mean,
yes,
it's
a pedestrian stepping off the curb in a busy town. It's tough.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but as those habits, as you become more, ingrained in your habits, but your reflexes are slower. So I'll tell you a great story.
Okay.
Joe's mom just turned 96, and she gave up driving at 95.
Oh my goodness.
And she willingly we thought she willingly gave up driving. She said, I'm too nervous The snow's been too bad. Why would I risk it? My knees are bad. I have to use the walker now. Go ahead, sell my car.
Okay.
And then a few weeks later, we were all at the doctor's together, and Angie was very upset, and she told her doctor and all of us there, her daughters, maybe you don't realize, but I've been through a very traumatic experience. And we were a little shocked. Well, Mom, what have I missed? What's gone through? I was forced to give up driving. And it's like, well, Mom, we can go get you another car if you want to practice. And we were very, very lucky. The doctor said, you know what? You are probably a great driver, but for everybody else who's on the road who's erratic, at 95, maybe your reflexes aren't there. So that was a great help to us.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you recommend getting the family doctor involved maybe a little bit? Because that's a hard conversation if somebody's not willing.
It's a very hard conversation to have. And then everyone's situation is different. I have clients who they live in Dearborn Heights, but their kids are in California, or they are on the East Coast,
or yes,
they're not actually here from day to day. And then if they come and visit, and they get to a real shock as to what condition they it's a very
it creeps
tough
up on you.
situation. Yeah.
Yes,
Very
my brother
tough
is
situation.
surprised at how old my mother is, and whereas I'm here every day.
Yeah, that's
It's I know. I hate to say it. What are you going to do? And I'm the oldest, so of course I'm bossy. I know everything. So he should see with his own eyes. So you're a great chamber member. You're involved in all kinds of different things with the chamber. Tell me a little bit, what do you get out of belonging to a chamber? And I think you belong to more than one.
I do. This chamber,
And we share, and we love that.
Yeah, well,
Somebody who gets it.
yes. The chamber, I initially was in the Dearborn Heights chamber before the Dearborn Heights chamber merged.
And that was probably 5.5 years ago, 6 years ago now.
Right. So as I think of it now, I think I was even a board member for like a minute. But,
why? Thank you.
yes.
Thank you for your service. Here, I'll shake your hand.
Thank you very
Yes.
much. Thank you. What I get out of it, I get a camaraderie that obviously I can't get a camaraderie in my office because I'm in my office doing my job. But when I arrive somewhere at an event, I've gained enough trust, relationships, whatever, that when people see me and recognize me and greet me, not only do they recognize and greet me, they want to introduce me to whoever they've just been speaking with, and and that's a great thing because even though I'm a businesswoman or whatnot, sometimes either you get tongue-tied or you might be shy or you think, well, how am I going to approach this person? Or then you don't want to be, come like Superman, like, hi, I'm,
Here, I have some soap to sell you.
It's much smoother to get an introduction because then the person feels at ease and I feel at ease. The conversation starts just like the conversation we're having right now, and the next thing I know, I've made a business connection, which is great. And in the scheme of things, I've also made a friend. So the chamber has served me very, very well. Believe me.
I'll definitely say that. It's probably, I've served on other chamber boards who have all been good to me. I've served on charity boards, but walking into our area, everyone strove to make me feel at home from the get-go.
Exactly.
It's a warm group. There's room for everybody at our table.
Absolutely.
And we have something for everybody. So we have Teacher of the Year coming up in May. We have Community Challenge, which is a scavenger race in the fall. We have Family Fun Day in August, where we end up at the Van Houten Splash Park.
Oh, wow.
And to get in front of those kinds of students, homeowners,
Exactly.
Community-based functions. We had the Spirit Fest the first weekend in June, which usually coincides with my birthday, just in case anyone's keeping track. In case Joe wants to buy me that ring.
That $5,000 dinner ring.
That's right. We have so much going on, and people don't realize the value of being in front of, the community member.
Absolutely.
Just like the book 3 Cups of Tea, I don't always buy my insurance or whatever it is, my financial planning, out of the phone book.
Right.
I buy it from somebody I know.
Somebody I know, or somebody that lives in the area, somebody that's familiar with the surrounding areas and the business owners in it.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody who's is like I like to say, a leg of the community table. We all help hold up our platform, and we make it a great place to live.
Absolutely.
And I think that's all I have to talk about, Renata. I'll chat with you again. Thank you for being on my show.
You're most welcome.
Our show, really.
I enjoyed it very much. Thanks for having me.
No, thanks so much. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.